welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're at the New York Beauty Minute Final, where we're putting on the borders. I'm going to show you how I put on the borders on this quilt. This one was really fun, and I got through a lot of fat quarters. I was very impressed. I got through like 36 fat quarters and some yardage, and we just had all sorts of fun with this. I will be posting a full picture under the community page so that you can see the full quilt before it's donated to a charity. But before we get started, let me just talk to you about Lynn at Lynn Lockard Quilting. Now, she's on her radar. She says the nicest things to us on our YouTube channel about the videos we're making, and I just want you guys to go check her out. She's a long armor, and she does some beautiful work. So, you know, it's interesting. It's nice to support other people that are supporting you, right? So go check her out. Go give her some love and encouragement. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and tell her Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Our next sew along after Quilt Bingo is done. Quilt Bingo is Wednesday, so our next sew along is Twinkle Twinkle, and the only clue you're getting is save your strings. I'm not telling you what color to save, I'm just saying save your strings so that you have enough materials ready for that to go. Now, Twinkle Twinkle's coming out in like quite a few months, right? So you don't have to panic right away, but just to let you know, save your strings. And strings are defined larger than 3/4 of an inch, but more than 2 inches. Like they're long, skinny, not necessarily straight. Those kind of pieces, the stuff you cut off of like fat quarters and yardage when you've got this odd shaped piece, that's a string. So this is a great way to use those up if you've been saving them. If you don't save strings, or you give them away to friends because you couldn't be bothered with strings, you can cut the pieces out of your fabric, and that would work as well. So Mini Monday is coming back after the New York Beauties, because Mini Monday was very popular with you guys. You just thought Mini Monday was great. We're bringing it back with some changes. So Mini Monday will be blocks smaller than 12.5 inches, and it could be a variety of methods like foundation paper piecing, English paper piecing, small piecing, because then we have a lot more latitude in what we can show you and what we can teach you. So I'm looking forward to those too. And it'd be nice to make some blocks that are not 12.5 inches square like we are in Free Pattern Friday, just for something different. Our Zoom sew dates are from now until the end of December. It's the first Saturday of the month from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we just have a blast on those Zoom sew dates. I try and pick something easy to do so that I can, you know, chat along with everybody else and just have a great time. And we have so much fun on those sew dates. It's wonderful. Also, making comments, share, like, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. All of that helps drive our analytics, and it helps get the word out that we're giving free fun patterns to everybody. So it would be nice for other people to come join us. That would be fun too. We have a Facebook group that's warm and welcoming. If you're part of that Facebook community, come look us up. We're Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. We have a virtual sewing room hosted by Discord. We have several fun community chats and fabric exchanges by country to keep postal costs down. I also speak for free to quilting guilds and quilting groups. So if your group or guild is looking for a speaker, I have I'm going to be working on my second presentation. Will be ready for December of 2025. But I have a speaking presentation now that's going over quite well, I believe. And yes, and also shout outs. If you guys know shout outs or people that are working hard and doing something different and having a lot of fun on their channel, let me know. Give me their first name. That's all I need is their first name, and then their channel name, because that I can usually find them. And if I can't find them, then I go back to you, because I'm really lousy at not finding stuff. So yes, but again, my email address is under the About tab, or you can message me through the Facebook group. So I think we're done. Yes, come on in. Come on in. We're going to get to the New York Beauty finale by sewing on a border. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine, and I'm just going to now I've already put 3 sides on already on this quilt, and just to speed things along, because I didn't want you guys having to sit there and watch me go, oh my god, she's gonna do all of the borders, right? All of them? Okay. No. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take, this is the side with the 3, you know, because I did a 3x4 layout, so I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to line up these lines. Ugh, this thing keeps falling. And I'm just going to find the center of that middle block. Right, I'm just going to put a little divot in there. Now, there's a bunch of theories on how to do borders. And some of them work better than others. So there's my divot. I'm just going to mark it because it's got a funny pattern. And I'm not sure. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to line all of this up. Okay. Just like so. And put a divot in. And yes, I know I've got lots of extra. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the divot right there on that needle. Just like so. There. And I'm going to pin it in place. Now, there are rules about putting on borders, right? And there's also, you know, like you don't want them wavy. That's the last thing you want to have happen is having a wavy border. Now, okay. So you want them to line up. And like I say, you know, a hand width away, you just pin in place the way that you think they're going to go. Yes, I'm pinning again. And yes, I've left the piece too long because I was putting together, you know, like as much as I could. And you just want to, like, basically I have it hanging over the side, over the end of my, you know, like here, where between my sewing machine and my chair. I'm just gonna hanging there, just gently. Whoops! And we don't want to have this thing all take off all of a sudden, but it's going to. And we're just gonna go right here. Nice, just pat, kind of push it in, not pull. No pulling motion. There's no pulling. Pulling will give you ripples. Pulling gives you ripples. Ripples, we do not need ripples. Now, what you're going to do when you get to the end is you're going to take it and fold it over, and you want this to be straight along with the edge of your quilt, right? So there it is. And I have apparently lost the world's smallest scissor, so I'm just going to grab a scissor. Hang on. Oh, found it. Never mind. It was over on the cutting table. Okay. There. So that's going into my scraps. I was so short on this green material going around here with a 5.5 inch border that I thought, okay. Now, once you got this side done, oops. Oh, just took out a pin. Well, that's not very nice. Okay, go back. There we go. Get it all back. Just put the pin back. The one that fell on the floor, I'll find on my foot later. It's okay. So now, on this side, you're going to let it fall off the machine the other way. And notice I pressed open when I was, because I'm working with scraps, right? I'm trying to use as many of these scraps as I can. I put, I did, well, okay, let me get this, there. So I made a whole bunch of log cabin pieces for my 2.5 log cabins for charity quilts. I thought, okay, I'm missing the wonderful greens. I'm missing this. I'm missing that. It's okay to cut this up and just get it in there. And I didn't have a lot left. I was quite surprised. I did put 3 pieces of orange back into my fabric bin because I thought, okay, it's too much to add in, but I thought, okay, we can do that. Now I'm just going to do the same little trick on this side. I'm going to, there we are, we're at the end. And we're just going to line this up nice and straight. Nice and straight. And just going to give it a quick little finger press. and hold it. There. So that's what I got left. These 2 pieces of green. Everything else has been cut up. This can go into my fabric scraps. It's not a problem. I finally I've got rid of so much fabric doing this. I thought, yay, yay me. Now, there's 2 schools of thought on borders. Some say you should do borders starting from the middle and working your way out to the ends. Yes, that's one way. And people are very successful doing that, right? Because you don't get the wavy borders. You don't get the wavy borders because you're not stretching it. You know, that's what counts. I'm just going to start on this end. There we go. I'll make sure everything is lined up good. Okay. Some people also, if they're doing long borders, they pull out their walking foot. And that is indeed a very good idea sometimes. Especially if you're going to do 6 foot or more. Yeah, pull out your walking foot. You know, it doesn't take long to put it on. You know, I know it sounds ridiculous because you're just adding a border. No, well, yeah, you can do, there's lots of things you can do on borders that can go wrong on a border, right? For instance, I found a piece of fabric. I couldn't remember I had it. And then when I went to rip it to get the straight of grain, because I couldn't really see where the straight of grain was, so you rip it to see where your straight of grain is. And this thing, I ripped it 2 directions, right, to get like, a 7.5 inch, piece of fabric along with the fabric. I ripped it in 2 directions to get that 7.5, and for the life of me, I couldn't get it the other way. It was, what do they call it? Parallelogram. It was so out of work that I could not get this thing to straighten out. And I did try the trick about, pulling the fabric back and all this stuff, but I figured, wow, that is not good when you're doing, you're doing this, and it's like, yeesh. Okay. Yeah, but you can get something that's out of work back into straight, up and down, straight, horizontal, and whatnot. You wet it, you pull it the other way, you iron it, and then you keep repeating the process until the fabric is back to, 90 degree, straight. But yeah, I was like, wow. No wonder that this ended up in a scrap bin somewhere. No wonder this ended up as a donated piece of fabric. Okay. There we go. There. Oops. Now we'll pull more back this way. There. Okay. Well, we're just got like a foot left. Now, the reason why people get a little crazy about wavy borders is it's so easy to do. Fabric has a stretch. It stretches more one direction than it does the other. Like with the fabric, you'll find that fabric stretches more than it does length of fabric, right? So people like cutting their borders on the length of fabric. That way it's not stretching and it's easier to pat in place. But sometimes, you're working with, bits and pieces of this and that to make a border, and you're not sure what's been put on with the fabric and what's on length of fabric, so you just kind of have to work with it. Now, the other thing I do before I take it to the ironing board is I sit there and I just give it a quick little finger press. I take away any crazy thread that you're going to find, and yes, you're always going to find crazy thread hanging around. There we go, just like that. And I want it to just press away from the quilt. That's the way this thing is going to lie the flattest. Let all those seams along the edge with the sashing and the cornerstones, you're going to have resistance, right? So you might as well just roll it out this way. And why do I have this thread? Okay. Yeah, and this, you're not stretching this either. You're just gently finger pressing this. You could also just take it and iron it too, right? I mean, some people don't like the idea of finger pressing. They think they stretch their work. I have nails that will cut drywall, so finger pressing is not a problem. And you're not finger pressing so hard either, right? You're not, you know, digging in there and really giving it a good tug. Okay, and this goes out as well. There we go. And so, we're now ready for our big ta-da moment. Okay, so this is what this looks like with just a plain border. I felt there was so much going on within the quilt, like within the New York beauty blocks themselves, that doing a plainer border kind of like toned it down a lot. But we had some fun with this. This was some great, some easy blocks, some more difficult blocks, you know, but we had some fun with this. So I do hope you sewed along with me, or that you picked a couple of blocks that you really loved and you decided you were going to make your own quilt in your own size or whatever. This quilt here will be donated for a baby charity, like a charity quilt for a baby. So I'm hoping that the baby really likes this. So you guys, I hope everything's going great in your life, and everything is just, every life is treating you very gently. So you stay well, take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect, everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your lives, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.